What is good? Stocks for studs. Sleeper build alert. So today we're gonna be reviewing. We're back testing. We're back testing the day. It's been a choppy week. It's been a choppy life. But we're still in here getting dubs. At least trying to. I was able to be a little profitable today, even with the choppy market. But school sucks. I've been trying to avoid it. But it's school solos all. But here we are. We're gonna backtest today to show you how profitable my strategy is. If you're not messing with the strategy, we have some testimonials here today in the Discord. Hopefully you guys can see that. I don't know, bruh. Yeah. So, as you see, we got my boy Ben in here, cooking up on this strat, sweeping the liquidity, getting this inverse. I played this exact same play, no joke. And then I called out that I was looking for an inverse here. Called out that I was long and got this 2.5 RR. I'm kind of him. And then low close to market. Ben once again cooking here with this inverse close. Took those longs. I mean, he must have been red for what, 10 seconds? Come on now. Goated. But anyway, let's get to the chart. Let's backtest our full strategy. So first of all, let's go on the 15-minute. We mark out our liquidity. We had this high right here. This high that we were aiming for. I knew a lot of liquidity was resting above it. That was from yesterday, AM. And then we had this high from PM that I was looking for. Oh my goodness. Can I just click on it? 15 by side. Okay, let's look for any more. With these equal lows here on London 15. 15-minute equal lows. Remember, the vertical line is the start of the day, so I marked out all my liquidity before then. Did we have any other key levels of liquidity? Not really. So, as you guys can see, we tapped into this buy side right before in pre-market, so I did take this trade. I'm on my backtesting account, though, so my entries don't show. But as you can see, you would have gotten a nice little, short little play, but I hate playing pre-market, to be honest, so I just sniped. Small little candle move. So I took if I'm going in pre-market, I'll take like 60 to 80. So I was able to get that with this candle, but that's about it. Here was the play of the day. The reason I am the god I am. We sweep that liquidity. Remember, I never play open, so I like to wait a little bit. Look at the last time we had this liquidity, the one that I marked. Look at that. High. We touched, and then we boom down. We boomed down in New York PM yesterday. We reached that same exact high at open. We create this little guy right here. From this candle to this candle. We inverse it. What do? I go short, baby. We inverse. Stop at the top of the fair value gap. And you could either target those equal lows, because remember the rule. If there's equal lows or equal highs, we're always going to go back to them. We're always going to return to them. So my take profit was at those equal lows. Wanna know a fun fact? I got stopped out of this because for some reason my thing was messed up, and my automated stop loss was only at half of what it usually is. One of my 6 rules is max 250 loss, and I was down like 125 here, and it stopped me out, and I was like, what the it was ridiculous. But I was able to catch this beautiful. Is that a 10 RR? Is that a 1-0? 10 RR? My goodness, ladies and gentlemen, to the equal lows. And if you thought we were done, we weren't. Because, listen, I took profit at the equal lows, or at least that's where my take profit was. Fuck my stop loss. But, ladies and gentlemen, if you go to the 15, I mean, we displaced through here. So, technically speaking, since we got strength through these equal lows, we returned to them. We did what we were supposed to, but we displaced through them. So you could have actually taken a new setup or a new entry after this pullback from these equal lows, because since we have strength going through liquidity, it means we're probably going to go lower. We get this new setup here. And look at that. We inverse. Oh, let me short. Oh, new low of the day. Oh my goodness. Wait, is there even any liquidity to target down there? Come on now. Let's see here. Where am I? Most recent liquidity down here. I mean, we haven't been here in ages. This lower low, did we even reach that? Ladies and gentlemen, Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, if you targeted that low, that recent low off this fair value gap from a short, remember, we just had a 10 RR. Close the candle. What is that? 10 RR, pullback, 6 RR. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming. So that is just a banger play by me. Once again, the strat holds up yet again. Do we ever, and remember we violated these equal lows, so we can delete that. Do we ever go back to any more liquidity? Remember, we had that liquidity that I just marked. What could you have done? You could have played it to the upside, of course. We sweep, and now here's where it gets difficult. We sweep, we inverse. Let's say you went long, and you get stopped out here. Remember, these created equal lows here. So this is where price action can be tough, because the entry worked, as you can see, like we completely uptrended afterwards after this sweep and this inverse. It just takes a bit of time, you know. I was able to get this play, which is, I believe I showed in the Discord. This is what it was. It was right here. See the 2RR? Absolute moving. So I was able to get that. So we inverse, bam, bam, bam. And it just continued in an uptrend. Let's see if it matched any liquidity here. We have this fair value gap. You know, it goes into lunch, so yeah. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm him. My strat is really just the greatest in the world. But, you know, we inverse with some strength. I apologize if you would get stopped out by this pullback. You know, sometimes that happens. But, you know, we inverse again on that retest, and we just moan. We just moan. So what I would suggest is, you know, I never like to play the same move if I get stopped out of it, but I was able to hold here just based on my heart. I was like, listen, we went all the way down to these lows. If you go to the 15 here, and you look at the 15-minute chart, we have this low marked out. We sweep it. On the 15, we never, ever close below it. We never violate the liquidity. So no matter what your stop is, you know, I wouldn't get out until we violate that liquidity completely. Now let's see if we have any more setups. Do we ever reach any other buy side? Here, this was you know, after the market closed, but look, we hit the buy side liquidity again and then dipped. Even with crappy, you know, when the market is closed, the thing still works. Let's go again here. I believe there was an afternoon play we could have made. So we had this high here. Look what happens. Because this was the pullback move. Remember, we had that downside play at open, and then that second downside move. This was the high that we made before we purged to the downside. We go to the 1 minute. What happens? Where is it? As you see, we purged the downside here. Let's see here. Wait, where's the... Wait, I'm trying to find this. Bruh. Here, if we go down here, did anything happen over here that we could have gotten a setup from? Let's see here. So we have this wick here, as you can see, this liquidity. You could play it however you want to. Let me go back to the 1 minute. So this is where the strat gets tricky, because you see we have all this resting liquidity here. What happened the last time we got there? It absolutely dumped. So now I would have been watching this level. You may say, well, then how come it didn't dump after getting it here? Because we didn't get an inverse. You know, it just kept going up. We didn't get an inverse setup. You could have technically played this, and here's why. If you go over here, we have this dump. We have this fair value gap. So you can see we chop around it. Disrespect. But, you know, even that I understand is a reach. So maybe you wouldn't have played that play. I don't think I would have, to be honest. But I know my boy Ben did. Low close to market. Buy side liquidity here. Sell side liquidity here. The exact same move. He was able to get that dump at the end of PM. So let's see here. He was able to get this. So if we go to the 15, let's see if there's any buy side that he was looking at. So... So, I don't know. I guess technically with this wick, you could play anything that's near it, but I wouldn't have personally. If you want, here's a little rule for you. Let's say we have a wick here. That means that there's some liquidity resting. You could play here, aka the middle of the wick, which is about where we got to, or you could play the top. I like to only play the top because it's A plus entries, and as you see, like I said, we wicked it, but we didn't get any setup. The setup is consistent. If we sweep liquidity and it keeps going up, why? We didn't get an inverse. It didn't get confirmed. So that's the setup, guys. We absolutely bombed today, bombed in a good way. And yeah, that's what we do. We set up our liquidity. We had bearish daily buys using our power of 3 strat, which is, Asia consolidating, London manipulates to the upside. We sweep liquidity at open, and we absolutely dump. And then we get the pullback, and then we get moves in between, and then we get the close. I mean, we're all over the place. This strat is absolutely beautiful. And yeah, so if you want to learn, hit up my Instagram. It's in the description of this video. DM me, shoot me a DM, and I will send you the free Discord link where I have one-on-one mentorship. I'm calling out plays. I'll be doing live streams in the summer, answering any questions, and my previous videos go over strats, rules, daily bias, everything, anything you need. So yeah, hit me up, and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Jack, and I run Stocks for Studs, and we get lit out here, making banger plays every single day, getting people funded, getting people gains, and yeah. So have a good one. Peace out.